Okay, tonight's recipe is bacon and ham fettuccine Alfredo. And tonight I'm really just doing this recipe so I can get the measurements down. So I'm gonna pour in this entire carton of heavy whipping cream, Great Value brand. And it's 32 ounces. So I'm gonna use this entire carton. It's brand new, I just got it. And if you want to make less, you could just use less of a carton, just however much you want to make. Okay, and then to this, I'm going to add onions and peppers that I already cooked. And I cooked these separately because I like for the peppers to have a kind of a bite to them still and keep their integrity. But the onions, I like them to be nice and soft and sweet. So I cooked them separately. I used 1 onion and 1 bell pepper, which the bell pepper you can use any color you like, it doesn't matter. Got my favorite IKEA spoon, stir this up with. So what I'm doing here is just infusing the heavy cream with the flavors of the other ingredients. Which this will be our pasta sauce eventually. Okay, next I'm going to add in half of a Frick's ham steak. Well, I didn't even look at it to see what size it was, but anyway, this is half of it. I believe it's already pre-cooked, but I heated it up anyway. You don't have to. I just chopped them up to the size that I wanted. And you kind of want them to be a nice bite-sized piece. There's a difference between bite-size and bits. So I want you to be able to stab it with the fork and then twirl the pasta around and really taste the ham. I don't want it to be a hint of ham, okay? It needs to be a bite. I've got this on low, but if it doesn't get warmed up by the time I get ready to add the cheese, then I'll turn it up some. Okay, next is the cooked bacon. And for this bacon, I use the Great Value brand lower sodium bacon. It comes in a green package right now anyway. So I cook these kind of medium, like you see how they're kind of rubbery-ish. I didn't cook them till they're crunchy, but of course if you like them crunchy, then do it. I like them kind of soft. So I'm gonna pour these all in there. If you get some bacon grease in there from the bottom of the plate, that's even better. That bacon is delicious though. That's the best bacon I ever had. For some reason, this camera doesn't really like for the food to be white. It's weird. I think my camera has issues that we won't discuss right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna try the temperature of the heavy cream. just to see if it's ready for the Parmesan cheese, and it's not. It's still cool. So I'm gonna turn the fire up some. You want to be very easy with the heavy cream because it will separate it if you get it too scorched or anything, you know, if you get it too hot. So just be gentle with it. Okay, so for the Parmesan cheese, I'm using the shredded Frigo Parmesan cheese. And I'm not going to tell you how much right now because I like to do it to taste. You know, like just add it to taste until it's the right consistency that I like. And then once I get all the shredded cheese in here, I'm gonna look at how much is left, if there's any left, and that way we'll know the measurement of how much to use of this cheese. But I don't want to add it until the cream is kind of hot so it can melt it. So let me try this one more time. No, it's still not ready. So I'm just giving a little stir while it heats up. And every time I say this, I wish I would have kept out some of this bacon so I could garnish the top. But I don't ever do it. Someday I might. I think it'd be pretty though, having it garnished. Okay, it's getting warm now. I'm gonna go ahead and start shaking in the cheese. Of course, I'm gonna make a big mess first. So it looks like I started out with about half of a container. Oh, did you see what size container this is? Let me show you. I hope you can see it on there. So yeah, I'm just starting with about half of this container of cheese. And then I'm gonna stir it in and give it a taste test. I don't like stuff to be really cheesy. I like it to be more creamy and thin. So I don't think I use near as much cheese as most people would. But the way I make it turns out great. So. Don't let me forget to tell you how to reheat this if you're going to. That's good. That's real good. Looks like we may be able to stop here. Okay, so next I'm going to add a little bit of ground black pepper. Really, I just want this to have a little color. It doesn't really need it for the flavor. I just think it makes it not look so... It makes it not look bland, but it's definitely not bland. You just don't want it to look bland. Or I don't. You may. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's give this another taste test. And as the cheese melts, the taste will change in the pasta sauce. Oh my goodness. I haven't had this dish in a long time, so I kind of missed it. Okay, so it looks like it's coming to a simmer. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat back down to low. Try it one more time. Mercy, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more cheese, because I kind of want to make it to where it's half of a container, one of these containers of the Parmesan cheese. That way I can make this dish again and use the other half, and that way I'll know my ingredient measurements. And you know, I'm just eyeballing the half. And if you get this too thick, you can add some filtered water to it. I wouldn't add tap water because you don't want your pasta sauce to taste like chlorine bleach, right? That would just ruin the dish. So definitely try to add filtered water if you need to thin it down. If all you have is tap water, then add tap water. That is so delicious. And whenever you make this sauce, you know, the brand of stuff that you use is also really important to how the taste will turn out. Like I always, if I have it, I will use this Frigo brand Parmesan cheese, and usually I like to use the flakes, but it doesn't matter much between the shredded or the flakes. But I just like the flakes better because they look fancy. And they seem to melt better too. Okay, so I'm gonna call that done for the sauce. I'm gonna bring this, oh, let me show you what I got here. Barilla, or Barilla, thin spaghetti. You can also make this with angel hair pasta. I like that also, but typically I use thin spaghetti. So I've already cooked it, and then Chef Ramsay taught me this trick to keep your pasta from sticking together, is you just toss in a little bit of olive oil, you know, after it's cooked, while it's still warm, and that keeps it from sticking together. So I'm just gonna add my pasta in here, just enough for one plate right now. Just to warm it up. What did I do with my fork? I had one. Are you serious? Where'd you go, fork? I had one up here. It's rude to try to hide from me. All right. Well, the fork doesn't want to cooperate. Where'd that thing go? How did it disappear? Let me go get another fork. I thought I had everything over here already. I'm gonna find it after this video's over. I might be mad at myself for messing up another one. Okay, I found it. It was on the stove. See if I can hold this up to where the camera likes it better, so you can kind of see what the true color is. Is that better? I can't really see the camera. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take my plate and try to scoop out the pasta the best I can. Of course, I don't want to get in a hurry about this, you know. I want to make it nice and slow and delicious looking. Okay, I say that's about all the pasta. Now to this, I want to add some ingredients like bacon and ham and peppers and onions. That way every bite has some ingredients in it. That looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to move this camera over here to the better lit area. But it's not really as organized looking as I wish. Hold on. I'm gonna move my chair too. Okay, we've got some nice napkins in here. Those look pretty, not. Typically, I would use a pasta bowl, but I wanted to dip my toast in this and have it all on the plate together. But if you can see here, I've got a little mound of garlic, and I like to add the garlic at the very end. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this on the dish upon serving. Whenever you serve it, add the garlic. And then also I've got 2 pieces of garlic toast. Can you see how those have little pieces of garlic on them? Okay, and if you want to, you can sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. A lot of people like to do that, but I like to sprinkle crushed red pepper on there. I might get some after the first bite. Look at this. Okay, so I got green bell pepper, bacon. See how whenever you stab the bacon with your fork, you know, you got a bite on there. You don't have a bacon bit, it's a bacon bite. So the size of the chopped meat is really important. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. It's so easy. I like to get the toast nice and crunchy. That way, whenever you dip it in your sauce, it doesn't get soggy. I'll tell you what, that raw garlic is where it's at. Ooh. I may not need any crushed red peppers. That's nice. Yum. I gotta do my happy dance on this one. My mom says I made this look so easy, but she can never figure out this recipe. And to me, it's so easy. I don't understand what's hard to figure out. You saw it was basically just heavy cream and Parmesan cheese, right? But if you use that little plastic can of sprinkled cheese, like powdery looking cheese. I don't like that stuff. I have used it before on this dish and it's okay. It's just not as good as the shredded. Okay, now for a bite of pepper. Take a little bite first in case it's hot. That's good. It's not hot though. It's just nice and fresh and crispy. I think that's a serrano pepper. Came from the garden, so I know it's organic. I gotta dip this in some sauce. Another bite. Those peppers. I mean, I would eat this without the peppers, but given the choice, I would definitely eat this with peppers. This one got a little heat to it. I like that. I can't give that to my mama though. She don't like peppers, or she don't like hot peppers. That's why I put bell peppers in here for her. And all this is gonna go to her tomorrow. She loves this stuff. I think she loves it more than I do. But I really love it. Delicious. You get out of here. So I hope somebody will try this recipe. The number one person I hope tries it is my own mother, because she's been asking me for it. But I hope someone else tries it too. And then if y'all do, let me know if you like it, because I just think it's the best pasta in the world. Like, I've been to a lot of Italian restaurants and it just doesn't taste as good. I mean, not to brag about my own cooking, but yeah, this is better than the Italian restaurants. Yummy. My taste buds are so happy. That's how you want your toast to look right there. Okay. If I don't put some crushed red pepper on here and try it, I'm gonna regret it later. I'm not trying to make this video longer, but hold on. Whew. Lordy, that's hot. Red Solo cup. Yeah, that's better. Put the fire out a little bit. Here we go. Crushed red peppers, or as we call them in the pizza business, CRPs. I already told y'all the story about how I used to work at pizza restaurants. And I did cook there sometimes too, but not always. Sometimes I did other stuff. Like, I know one time I was working at a pizza restaurant, I actually delivered pizza. Well, I cooked it there too, but I delivered it sometimes if we didn't have any drivers. And then there was another pizza restaurant I worked where I did like the salad bar, and also I was a waitress. So I didn't always cook there, but sometimes. Okay, crushed red pepper bite. Yummy. That's nice. It's got a little bit of hint of heat, but it's not overwhelming. Yeah, I would definitely put crushed red peppers in here if this was just for me. This is the best. This bite right here with the sauce on the toast, on the garlic toast. It was so good. Another bite of pepper. I mean, really, I think you've got all kinds of options you could do with this. Like, maybe put some tomatoes, like some fresh garden tomatoes on top. I bet that'd be good. I don't have any right now that are fresh. I ate them all. I'm proud of it because they're good. As soon as I pick them off the vine, I eat them. I do wish I had some red bell peppers to go in there. Because you got a sweetness that the green bell peppers don't have. But honestly, I would just put any color in here that I've got. Because they're all delicious. I don't need to be eating all this on camera. I need to turn the video off. I got one more thing to tell you though. So with this sauce, when you reheat it, you cannot reheat it on the stove because this cream will separate so fast. And it'll make it look like you got some kind of clabbered butter. And you don't want that. So you have to reheat this in the microwave. That's the only way the cream stays in its original form. I don't know why. I had to trial and error with that one for a while. But anyway, this is what I came up with. Microwave it. And it turns out just like when you just made it. Okie dokie. That's the end of the video. Bye then.